Tuesday, my Pacesetter girls. How are you? I hope you are all excited about the new year. Yay! Well, I am excited to be coming to you to tell you that we are officially on target as a national area for Gold Circle. We're about 2,000 behind, barely 2,000 behind, actually like 1,500 behind. And so we're so doing it and hoping, my hope is always to just slay it, like get it done by March. And so I have a question for all of you today. So welcome to Pacesetters. Today is week 1. I'm so excited. We are at week 1. I love the starting gate. I love the new year. I love a new week. I love a Monday. I love a morning. I love a fresh start. So hello to week 1 of our Power Up time together. Are you guys buzzing with excitement? Are you ready to rock and roll? Are you ready for a new year? Are you leaning into being excited about the newness? And so you guys, one thing I want to share with y'all today is I want you to have a plan. I want you to know what you want. I want you to commit. But more than I want you to fall in love with the planning and the strategy, I want you to fall in love with walking it out. If you were with us at Jumpstart this past weekend, it was amazing. Okay? It was amazing. If you weren't there, I wish you would have been because it was so good. And the one thing that I hope you left with was, wait a minute. I have overcomplicated this. I've overcomplicated it. And you guys, the truth is that we don't have to make this complicated. Life is hard. Mary Kay, this is the easy part. This is the easy part of what we get to do. Like, y'all, our job description is wash your face, rinse, recruit, repeat. Wash your face, rinse, recruit, repeat. That's what we do with people. We help them wash their face. We help them rinse it off. We recruit them, and then we repeat with the next lady, right? And that's our job description. So when we get all tangled up, we got to remember to step back, slow down, readjust, recommit, and go, wait a minute. I'm allowing life to complicate my business. Because Mary Kay, it's not complicated. This is a very simple business plan. It's a very simple business plan. So I'm taking you back to Jumpstart. What do we talk about at Jumpstart? Book, coach, sell, recruit. Get to 10. Get to 10 again. And get to 10, you're done. That's it. That's what we have to remember, you guys. We've got to come back and to simplify what we know. And so I want y'all to think about this year. If you would simply execute what you know how to do. And the things that you don't know, that you're afraid of later, that you're overthinking, perhaps some of you are thinking, gosh, I don't want to get 5 recruits this month because I don't really know what that means when I go on target for my car. I don't know how to be on target for my car. I don't know how to be a leader who's on target for a car. That's scary. And it makes me nervous or whatever. And so you guys, what I want you to think about is, but I know how to get a team member. And I know how to do 25 interviews so that I can have 5. If I just execute just that part, my director will turn my flashlight on for me. And when I get to the next step, she'll show me the light that I need to see next. Here's where we freeze. When God has called us to something really big, like becoming a national sales director, I can remember the moments of freezing, thinking, woo, that big thing is scary and it's far off, and I don't understand how to get from here to there. Okay. So what I want y'all to do is take yourself all the way to the bottom of the career path ladder. Okay. The very bottom of the ladder, if you think about a roof, is national sales director, and you think about the ground as a new, brand spanking new beauty consultant. Okay. And you think about each step, right? Each step. Okay. So there's 2 layers. All right. This is a 2-story house, but the ladder goes from the ground consultant to the 1st story director and to the 2nd story national. And in between are steps on the ladder that you've got to step up. Okay. So step 1 is to get from consultant, get off the ground, to senior beauty consultant. Step 2 is star team builder. That's a red jacket. The next step 3 is team leader. Step 4 is elite team leader with 8. And step 5 is 10. DIQ, you get in DIQ. You meet the qualifications and you finish, and you're on ground level 1. Then you build 1 director and you become a senior director. You build to 3 directors and you become a future executive, and you're now on the director step 2. The director step 3 is executive. The step number 4 for directors is elite executive. And step number 5 is to go into NIQ. And then you step off into the position of national. You guys, so what happens is if you've become a director, you know how to teach someone to become a director. That's all you got to do, is teach her how to do what you did and build an offspring. You just got to teach her how to do what you did. That's it. Consultants, all you do to step on the next rung of the ladder is to teach another woman how to do what you did. What did you do? I signed my beauty consultant agreement. Can you do that with her? Yep. Then the second thing I did was I did a kickoff party. Can you do that with her? Yep. And then the next thing that I did, guess what, you guys, is to do a power start. 30 faces in 30 days. Minimum. Hello. Minimum 30 faces in 30 days. And then I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to share the opportunity. We're going to wash, rinse, repeat. Recruit, repeat. Wash, rinse, recruit, repeat. That's what we're going to do. Okay? That is how you're going to do this, you guys. And if you'll do it over and over and over and over, guess what happens? Sometimes you're going to step on the first rung of the ladder and go, wow, I only did 1 interview and I got 1 team member. That was really fast. But then guess what happens? Then it takes a minute for you to get the second one. And what happens is we allow doubt and fear to creep in when the numbers do not match our expectations. And that is where we get frustrated. That is where we get discouraged. That is when we get angry, irritated, and mad. If you've eaten clean on your diet and you've been at the gym for an hour a day, every day since January 1st, and the scale has not moved any, the likelihood of you staying on plan and doing what you're supposed to do is slim to none. Why? Because humans are quitters by nature. We give up. You know why? Because the world is holding their breath, waiting on us to fail. Let them suffocate. I said it. Can you believe I just said that? I said it. Let them suffocate. But the truth is, that's what we think. You see, we think everybody wants us to fail. And y'all, sometimes we want them to be right. But the truth is that your corner, your circle, the people who love you, your family, like they really do. They might do the jabs. They might do the little digs sometimes that tick you off or hurt your feelings or make you mad, or they don't call you back to book their facial. Okay. The girl at Walmart, she gonna hide behind the register like mine today because they see you coming like, oh, I didn't text her back. I'm like, hey, Happy New Year. I didn't say anything about Mary Kay. Okay. But you guys, the truth is when we win, we give other people permission to win. Winning and success to me, in my brain, since I've become a national, my grandmother loved angels. And I always was like, not really a fan of like angel figurines and angel stuff. And over the last years, I mean, the truth is, I really want to get like my entire back tattooed with angel feathers. I'm not going to, but mentally, like, I really want to. I need to like go get it henna tattooed on my back so like it'll come off one day, but just like a month later. But I literally want my entire back tattooed because here's why. Success to me is growing my inner circle wings one feather at a time. To some people, that seems like excruciating and painful and a long process, and it can seem like daunting. But what I want you to think of it as is every day is growth toward the vision, toward the rung on the ladder that you're called to every day. So the disappointments help you grow another feather in your angel wings to help you really fly to where God's called you to. Because like bumblebees, y'all know the story of the bumblebee, right? So bumblebees, aerodynamically, they should never get off the ground. Do you know this? Their body mass, scientifically, their body mass is way out of proportion to the thin frailness of their wings. Their wingspan, they're frail. And a bumblebee's little body is fat and round, but its wings are like paper thin, like tissue. Aerodynamically, scientifically, a bumblebee should never get off the ground. But nobody told the bumblebee that. God created the bumblebee to fly. So that's what it does. It doesn't know that it shouldn't win. It doesn't know that it shouldn't fulfill its purpose. All it knows is to do what the bumblebees around it do, and they fly. You see, the first bumblebee that God made, it flew because that's what God told it to do. So all the bumblebees after that, they flew because the first one who broke scientific protocol and aerodynamic science that makes sense, the first bumblebee broke the mold. So guess what? It gave permission for all God's bumblebees for all of eternity to fly. When you, my friends, will buzz with excitement and passion surrounding your vision, and you will be more focused on being who you're really created to be and flying because God called you to, not what makes sense. A small town little girl from blue collar middle class America should never influence a 4 million person worldwide sales force in 36 countries around the world. But guess what? When I flew to Mary Kay, Germany, and those women could never understand my words, and they sat in that career conference with this 29-year-old national sales director, they all were like, they thought you had to be 60 to be a national. So what happened is when I did what I knew, what didn't make sense in the recession, the Great Recession of America in 2008 and 2009, I was becoming a national because it didn't make sense to become a national. People didn't have money. People were struggling financially. Remember the real estate collapse in the market? You guys, it was a disaster. But guess what? All I was doing was just every day just getting me some more little feathers on my wings because I was flying to NSD. And when they told me no, that was another feather in my NSD wings. And when she never called me back, that was another feather in my NSD wings, because the only way for me to get feathers was to be in action. And positive or negative, good or bad, I still grew feathers every time I did that which I knew how to do. if I would execute that which I was trained to do, I grew feathers every time. When I got on and did my booking blitz for an hour, I grew more feathers. When I did my power start, when I was the only director showing up to my meeting for my national every month, doing 30 interviews, 30 interviews, 30 interviews, 30 interviews, I was the one winning all the contests. I was the one ranking on the top of the scoreboards because the only thing I was doing was executing what I knew, because I was being pulled by my heart, because my heart wanted to be a national more than I wanted air. My heart wanted to be a national more than I wanted to buy into the excuses. I remember somebody saying to me, nothing tastes as good as being skinny feels. I remember that because we think it does, because we're so in the moment people. We always think it's worth it. Oh, it's going to be worth it to bail on my commitment because that movie date with my girlfriends is going to be more fun than staying home and making booking calls. Let me tell you about fun. Pam Shaw was asked out on a date by her late husband, Jerry. And he was a football player. And she, you know, like they were like Barbie and Ken. And you know what she said? She had to go home and do her booking time before they could go out on the date, because that's what was on her weekly plan sheet. Do you understand? So the date was still fun. She still got to do what she wanted. But because of her discipline, she created a lifestyle for her and her husband, who has since passed. He died of Lou Gehrig's disease, a very, very sad disease. It's a very sad disease. If any of y'all have ever experienced that with your family, I'm so sorry. It is a really sad, hard road for people who live with Lou Gehrig's disease. But Pam, out of her discipline, created a beautiful life for her and Jerry. They traveled the world, you guys. Do you think for 1 minute that he was devastated that she bailed on him and delayed him for 2 hours on a date night because she had booking calls to make? Because she was committed to the long-term thing. You guys, we have to be committed long-term to Mary Kay. I want you to see yourself in Mary Kay 20 years from now and tell me what that looks like. Don't just think you're here for a minute and you're going to be gone if it doesn't work out. I want you to see yourself in 20 years in Mary Kay. What do you want that to look like? What story do you want to write? What chapter are you on right now? You know, because the reality is it's the daily decisions that you make that add up to what the book says, what the story says, how the story unfolds for you. And so as you guys lean into this month, bossing, boss, y'all. I'm not saying I want to kick anybody out of the group, but I'm saying, y'all, 5 is the minimum. If you want to be in Pacesetters and you want to do this with me, you have got to be in front of 5 faces a week. That is not too much to ask. That is 1 party a week. Y'all, that is 1 party a week. If you will commit to that, and that's the minimum, you can do 10, which is 2 parties, or you can do 15, which is 3 parties a week. If you want what you want more than you want your excuses, more than you want, when your vision is clear, your excuses disappear because you want that more than you want to keep lying to yourself, more than you want to keep pretending you don't know what to do. You want it more than you want to stay in the same place next year when you come back to Jumpstart. Right? And so as you make your decision, I want you to not just decide. I want you to not just say, I'm going to do it. I am, Holly. I'm going to do it. I want you to bite on like a bulldog. No pun intended that the Bulldogs won the Natty last night. Holy cow, did y'all watch this game? It blew my mind. It was maybe like the best national championship game ever. Like the teams were so well matched. Like I love a good game. I mean, it was a grind. It was a grind. But y'all, Georgia showed up for the long haul. They were there to fight to the finish. They were never going to let off the throttle. And it didn't look good and it wasn't pretty sometimes, but guess what? Right? And I'm not a fan of either team. Okay, like I'm not trying to make a football college statement here. I'm saying you got to bite on like a bulldog to what you want and do not let go. Don't let go. Do not let go. Do not let go. Do not do it. When you get your back pushed against the wall, you better come out swinging. Don't cower down and cover your head. You stand up and you be proud of being a Mary Kay consultant in the company created by the greatest female entrepreneur in American history. That's whose name you wear on your chest, on your lapel. That's who we represent. I am so proud. I am so excited to go to leadership conference with all of my national girlfriends and our directors. We have an elite leadership day planned. We are doing dinner. We get to hang out. We get to go to the aquarium and the World of Coke. And you guys, it's going to be like amazing. Your future self will thank you. Your future self will thank you. Because Shannon Huffman is a brand new director. Today, she's so thankful that at Fall Retreat last year, she committed. She came to January Jumpstart last year as a senior beauty consultant. And then seminar, finished her unit, finished her car, and by Fall Retreat was a premier club sales director and is going to leadership, almost done with quota sharing, as a new director, premier club director, and finished 2 of the 4 new director programs. Why? She made a decision and backed it with action. And she bit on like a bulldog and she did it real and perfect. That's what I want y'all to do this week. I want you to bite on and I want you to find 5 faces. I want you to wash, rinse, recruit, repeat. Got it? That's what we're doing this week. 5 people. That's your challenge. To see 5 people before I see you next time. 5 people. Wash, rinse, recruit, repeat. Wash, rinse, recruit, repeat. Don't forget at the top of this is your pinned post to submit your Pacesetters sheets to me for recognition every Sunday, every Sunday, every Sunday. Don't put it in your calendar. Set your alarm that goes off every Sunday. That reminds you at 3 in the afternoon, every Sunday at 3 o'clock, go sit down and turn in your doggone basement sheet. Do it. Don't make excuses. They suck. Excuses suck. And we do not wake up to be weenie whiny women. We wake up to be warriors, to be women of excellence, and to be go-getters who are going to bite on and not let go of what we want. We're going to go get it. So I love y'all. Happy Pacesetters Week 1. I'm so excited about this round. I think the last one was a warm-up. I think the last Pacesetters was a warm-up. And today, I want y'all to look at this. You see this sticker? Anything can happen. Every day, you decide, I'm growing feathers today. Today, I'm growing my feathers. Today, I'm growing some feathers. I'm growing some more feathers today. Decide. Anything is possible. I can't wait to see what miracle God has for me today. There's a miracle that God has for me today. And quite frankly, I can't wait to see what it is. It's going to be good. Okay. Love y'all big. Have an awesome week. Happy Pacesetters Week 1. God bless you guys. Have an awesome week. Pray for our directors as we're all traveling into Atlanta for leadership conference. Pray for breakthroughs and miracles. And today I'm closing us in prayer today. We're going to send it up and I'm going to pray over all of you. Father God, these women that are hanging on with me today, that are watching the reback, that are committed, they're all in, Lord, they are so brilliant. They are so talented. They are so full of life and full of you, God. I pray that they'll have the courage to go give that away, that they'll have the courage to wash, rinse, recruit, repeat this week with at least 5 women. God, give them the courage to do that. Supernatural courage. I want you to sprinkle onto them today, Father. That is what I ask of you today, Lord, that you would give them eyes to see the women in front of them, the courage to press through when it feels a little tough, that they would persevere. God, be with us this week and bring us back safely right here to Pacesetters on Tuesdays at noon together. I can't wait to see what you can do, Lord. It's going to be amazing. We know you're going to blow our minds. Amen. You guys have an awesome week. Bye.